Hey guys, just got this look by using the Lorac Unzipped palette. To see how I did it, keep watching. For primer, I'm using Benefit Professional and Matte Rescue. For foundation, I'm using Becca in the shade Nude, and I'm applying this with my Morphe S94 brush. I like this foundation because it gives a full coverage and it also blends really well with my contour. For concealer, I'm using Ulta brand, and this is the shade Light Medium. For contour, I'm using a NYX Wonder Stick. I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend this out. Now I'm using an IT Cosmetics blurring brush to blend the rest of my face. To set my concealer, I'm taking a damp beauty blender into Airspun translucent powder. Don't be afraid to put too much because you're going to wipe the extra away later. To make the contour on my cheeks a little bit bolder, I'm going to bake right underneath with the same Airspun powder. Now for brows, I'm using an Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Soft Brown. Eyebrows are so important. My makeup would not look nearly the same if I did not have my eyebrows done. Like if I didn't have an eyebrow pencil, I wouldn't even wear makeup. Okay, now I'm going to highlight my brows with the same concealer, and I'm just taking a flat concealer brush and rubbing that right underneath my eyebrow. I also add a little bit on the top just to clean it up and make those arches a little higher. For eyeshadow primer, I'm using Lorac, and I'm taking that same brush and just applying all over my eyelid. Okay, the first color I'm going into is Undercover, and I'm using a Morphe S11 brush just to highlight my brow. Now I'm going into the color Unconditional with my S26 brush, and I'm going to put this in my crease and slightly above. Now I'm using an S20 brush in the color Unbridled, and I'm putting this right in my crease in the outer corner. I'm not taking this color up as far as the other one. When you're doing the outer corner, you only want to come over about 1/3 of the way of your eye. I'm using my S26 just to blend. Now with my S30 brush, I have wet this brush and I've taken it into the color Unreal. And I'm putting this on my lid and my inner corner. Wetting the brush first just makes the shadow more pigmented. I'm just blending the two together. With the S30 brush, I'm using Unbridled to smoke my under eye. Now I'm using my S20 brush in the color Untamed, just to darken up the outer corner. For eyeliner, I'm using Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in the color Trooper. For under my eye, I'm using Maybelline Gel Liner. And I'm only taking that about halfway under. Now wipe off that extra airspun powder. And for my face powder, I'm using Lorac, and the number on the back is 3. And I'm applying this with my Morphe S15 brush. The bronzer I'm using is Ulta brand, and I'm using an S13 Morphe brush. For blush, I'm going to be using an e.l.f. Studio Warm Bronzer. For highlight, I'm using Too Faced eyeshadow in the shade Satin Sheets. To define my nose a little more, I'm using the Anastasia Contour Palette, and I'm using the middle shade of the bottom row. And I put a little under my lip just to add fullness. Highlighting the center of my nose and the tip. On my lips, I'm using Stila, and this color is Patina. This is one of my favorites. Right in the center, just to have the effect of an ombre lip, I'm using the color Bossy. And I'm also going to highlight a little with the Satin Sheets. For mascara, I'm using Too Faced Better Than Sex. Hope you like this look. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe.